comic books have gone from the height of popularity to practically sending every company that made them bankrupt, all the way back up to the height of pop culture once again. Avengers! Assemble. With things like the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the DCEU. So realistically, of course, there are crossovers with everything. You can barely walk into a shop or look online without finding comic book related paraphernalia. So it was only a matter of time before that crossover came to football boots. Now, it dropped last year, of course, with that Spider-Man Nemeziz 19+, but it doesn't seem like a train that is stopping anytime soon. But is this something we really want on our football boots? Do we want to go out there to play our game, feeling our best with comic book characters on our boots? We're going to discuss that today, as well as look at this phenomenal talking point. Let's call it a phenomenal talking point from Adidas, and let's work out if these are a little bit more kind of Justice League of America's act of God, or whether they're much more the Killing Joke. Firstly, I love a custom box. So this is just a brown box, so it's like a standard cardboard box, but with all the Marvel and Adidas logos on it, and I absolutely love that. It's so simple, yet so effective, because it stands out from anything else that Adidas have done. If we open up this lovely box, inside you will find that I have actually got myself the 0.1 variation of the X-Men X Ghosted, because why would you not get the X-Men X Ghosted out of all of these options? It's right there in front of you. How nobody's done this before is completely beyond me. Slightly disappointing, there is no extras. You get the cool box, but no additional extras in that box. Would have really liked to see a string bag, you know, blue and yellow Cyclops string bag would have been awesome. Adidas have made a couple of different Marvel related boots recently, so this being the Cyclops X Ghosted 0.1, then you can get an X Ghosted Plus, also the Cyclops version. They're exactly the same color, again one with laces, one without, and a couple of different tweaks. And then there's a Wolverine Predator, which I actually think is a pretty cool association, having the Wolverine Predator Freak Plus and the Predator 3.1. That just works. Again, we'll get into whether I like the boots a bit later on, but it's a good idea. X-Men X Ghosted, Predator Wolverine, they've thought about the characters that they've picked for this. What I actually think of the boots is I actually quite like the look of them. The yellow with that blue piping that runs round, and then that blue, that's a really nice blue that you can kind of see a two-tone effect where the check pattern, where that grid pattern that makes up the upper of the boot actually fades in and out as you get towards the toe and back round to the instep. It's really, really nice. The yellow sets it off on the front, the yellow and red fade stripes from one side to the other. This all looks absolutely fantastic in my opinion. It's really, really nice. And then if we get the insole out, this is pretty cool as well, because it's a comic book panel insole. It's absolutely fantastic. However, there is a definite however here. I like that because it's inside the boot. I'm not so sure how I feel about having Cyclops on the upper of my boot here, having the X-Men logo on the heel, and then having Marvel's X-Men on the other side here. Before I get into why, let's have a look at the sole plate, because it's glorious. This is a fantastic looking sole plate. Not all the 0.1 models have recently had the chrome finish sole plate on them. It's just been the Plus models, so it's nice to get that chrome finish with the Carbotex insert, and that's such a beautiful looking sole plate. I think as a whole, this boot looks really, really nice. It's hard to criticize the actual appearance of the boot in terms of the colorway, the design, the fact that it's a little bit different. It's really nice. However, am I gonna wear this on the field? I'm just not sure how I feel about having Cyclops and Marvel's X-Men on my boots. It's exactly the same on both boots. Like both boots, there's nothing different going on. And I just don't think I would. I just don't think it's for me out on the football pitch. They're a great collector's piece for anyone that's really into comic books and football boots. And you know what? I am. Like, I used to buy comic books when I was younger a lot. I have hundreds of them stored away. But I'm probably not going to go and play in an X-Man boot. They're kind of too expensive to justify just buying and sitting on my shelf when I already have a pair of X-Ghosted. And I feel like the main appeal of this particular boot is probably going to be to younger kids, and they're not realistically going to go out and buy the Plus and the 0.1 models. There is a 0.3 variation of both the Ghosted and the Predator available, and I am sure they are going to absolutely fly out. These will sell, of course they will. It's a cool collab. Marvel is like on the tip of everybody's tongue. It's the height of pop culture. It's the height of popularity. And it's hard to criticize the decision to actually come up with these boots. And as I say, if this was just a standard colorway, I would be all over this. I think this is really, really nice. But because it is that Marvel crossover, can you see yourself going out on like a Sunday league game wearing a pair of boots with Cyclops on the side of it? If you don't know who Cyclops is, he's like the leader of the X-Men. He shoots laser beams out of his eyes. I'm sure somebody will correct me and tell me they're not laser beams, but for the sake of simplicity, that's essentially what happens. Would you go out on a Sunday League pitch wearing these? I'm not sure I would. I know people that refuse to wear like whiteout boots for fear of being kicked.
Oh my God.
In the leagues that they play in. I'm not sure what a Cyclops boot is going to do in that case. But anyway, it's just a quick look at the Cyclops X-Men, the X-Ghosted 0.1. If you do want to see my full review of the X-Ghosted 0.1, there's two of them up on the channel, then do please click up in the corner or somewhere around me. But that's all from me here at BootWizard today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Have a good one. I will see you soon.